talk a little bit about a special guy, but before we do this, I just want to thank Moses Pena for all of his hard work with all of our streets. Moses, thanks for everything you've done. Moses is the kind of guy that will help you all the time. So parents and kids just continue to talk to him. He did that with my own children and helped them get through school. He will take care of you. So if you have any questions, stay in contact. But he does a great job, and we're very grateful to have him. Today I want to talk about Lance Bailey. Lance Bailey influenced this community. He influenced this high school. He influenced myself personally, and he made a lot of changes in my life personally. He was a great man. He was a great leader. He never gave up. I can describe him in 2 words: class and kindness. And anybody that ever knew Lance Bailey knew what kind of a man he was. It's kind of funny, the first time I ever met Lance, we were going on a road trip, and he was going to be the radio guy. And I didn't realize who he was, so I got to meet him, got to know him. I thought, man, this is a nice guy. So I invited him to ride our bus and to join us. I forgot to tell him one of my rules is when you get on our bus, when you get on my bus, there's not going to be any talking. And it's going to be totally quiet. So I'm in front of the bus. It's our first road trip. It's my first year as the head basketball coach. And so I'm on the bus, shaking everybody's hand, looking them in the eye, making sure they're in their seats and everybody's quiet. So Lance gets on the bus, and we happen to be heading to Fort Stockton that night, which is a pretty long trip. So we get going on the trip, and there's nobody talking at all. And so a little bit later, there's nobody talking. So after the bus trip, Lance kind of wants to know what's going on. Did these guys get in trouble? Was something wrong? He said, no, Lance, it's just one of our rules. He said, oh, okay. So he was really nice, didn't say anything. So the next trip, we were going to go to Pecos, which is just as far. And Dwight Hines was going to ride with us. And if you know Dwight, you know he likes to talk. So Dwight Hines got on there and he started talking. And Lance immediately jumped on him and said, be quiet. Nobody talks on this bus. And he took leadership and ownership of that. It was his bus. And so that was just one of the first times that we went and had a lot of great times. I can remember after some of the greatest moments of my entire life of having won a basketball game that we shouldn't have won at the last second and being able to be interviewed by Lance on the radio, and then coming home with Lance when we got beat by somebody we should have never gotten beat by, and I'm just devastated. And him just being so kind-hearted and so loving. But one thing I want you to know about Lance Bailey is this. Lance faced life with life. He never gave up, he never quit, and you never knew what he was going through. When Lance was going through his last days, nobody knew this about Lance. I did because I was a very close friend to him. But Lance had been married and he had lost his wife to cancer. And during that process, Lance had become in a large debt situation due to that. Nobody ever knew that. He would never whine and complain about money. He just continued to have a great attitude. His son, Jason, was also going through some challenges in his personal life. And Lance was a great father, as he was a friend. And he loved his son, Jason. He was there for him and told me all the time how much he did love him and accepted him no matter what Jason did. And he was there for him. And in the meantime, he was going through a great battle with a great sickness. And I never, ever heard Lance Bailey complain about fighting cancer. I never heard him complain about finances. I never heard him complain about anything. And I'll tell you this, I never heard him say one thing negative or bad about any other person. That's the kind of man he was. And the last thing I'll tell you, because before he died, I was struggling, and I still struggle. It's very hard for me to walk down that hallway. I don't do it very often, because Lance was right there waiting on me every morning, and we talked every single morning. And so I was so used to doing that, I had to change my direction. But this is what Lance did. When he was being sent on his last day to hospice, and if you know anything about hospice is where you get sent to when it's the end. They just try to make you more comfortable and try to help you out because they know you're going to be passing away within about 2 or 3 days or a week. Before he was going to hospice, I called him, and I didn't know where he was going. He said, Coach, I'm fixing to be moved. I said, you're going to be moved? Where are you going? I was fixing to come see you. He said, well, I don't think you can come see me right now, but I'm fixing to be moved. I said, where are you going to be moved to? And he told me, I'm going to be moved to a rehab. Now, I don't know about you, but a rehab is not hospice. He loved me so much that he did not want me to worry that this was the end. That's what kind of man he was. So today, I would like to take just a moment of silence just to remember Mr. Lance Bailey. So if you would, with me, if you would remove your caps, let's just have a moment of silence in honor of Lance Bailey. Thank you very much.